So namaskar all of you. आरोहन क्लासेस रो जो फाउंडेशन कोर्स रोची लॉ कोर्सेस पई और सेमेस्टर कोचिंग पई सेटा हमें 24 मार्च ऑफलाइन खंडगिरी सेंटर और ऑनलाइन रे स्टार्ट करूछु इवनिंग बैच रोची 6टा रु 8टा तो सही कोर्स विषय रे मु डिटेल्स किछि कहबी सो जेतोला हमें देखुछु कि ओडिशा जुडिशियल सर्विस रे जो एस्पिरेंट्स माने बहुत जन तांकर एमती ड्यू टू वेरियस रीजंस तांकर बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स गुडा लॉ रो से गुडा क्लियर ही परनी तांकर ग्रेजुएशन टाइम रे एबे जते बेले गोटे हाईली कॉम्पिटिटिव आउ एप्लीकेटिव एग्जाम जेमति कि जुडिशियल सर्विस हला सेथरे आपण कंपीट करूछंती जनरली एक्सपेक्टेड कि सेही लेवल रो आपण क्लियर करिके आसीथिबे ओके अदरवाइज कोन ना ड्यूरेशन प्रिपरेशन रो ड्यूरेशन आपनकर बढ़ी जिवो किबा सक्सेस अटेम्प्ट्स आपनकर बढ़ी जिवो जदि मोस्ट पिला समस्त तो से ही चेष्टा करिवे कि हमें फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट रे क्लियर करिवो तनु फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट रे क्लियर करिवार प्रथम इंपोर्टेंट जिंस होला आपण टिके जल्दी स्टार्ट करिवे आउ फाउंडेशंस क्लियर हबा कथा जो माने किछिटा जोड़ा कि टॉप कॉलेजेस की नेशनल लॉ यूनिवर्सिटीज अच्छी सेठी आपन को फाउंडेशन टा नॉर्मली क्लियर थाए बट बहुत जगह रे कोन ड्यू टू वेरियस सर्कमस्टेंशियल इश्यूज सेटा हेई पारेनी ओके तो एई जो बैच टा हमें सेमेस्टर आउ फाउंडेशन बैच तार मेन पर्पस होची कि लीगल सब्जेक्ट्स जोड़ा हम लॉ रो सब्जेक्ट्स पढुची जुडिशियल सर्विसेस रे आउ अलगा एग्जाम्स रे सेगुडा जेमति क्लियर हबो आपण ओके तापरे आपण ओजेएस दियंतु कि आउ को एग्जाम दियंतु कि जदि आपण आगु प्रैक्टिस भी करिया पई चाहुचंती सेथर भी आपण को एटा हेल्प करिवो ओके तो कोन रो एडवांटेजेस रहउची ए जो फाउंडेशन आउ सेमेस्टर कोचिंग पई तो रीडिंग रूम अवेलेबल रहउची आपण को वाईफाई क्लासरूम स्टूडेंट्स को पई ओके मॉर्निंग 8 रो इवनिंग 8 तापरे रेगुलर आंसर राइटिंग जहां भी बेसिक्स हमें पढिबु तारो आंसर राइटिंग टा आपण बेसिक आंसर राइटिंग टा आपनकर सेठी क्लियर हे जिवो एटा डिफरेंस रहिबो ओजेएस रे जेमति आपण आंसर लिखुचंदी काहे कि ना सेटा स्पेसिफिकली सेही पर्टिकुलर कोर्स पई आ से ओजेएस लेवल रे आंसर राइटिंग टा समस्त को भी दरकार न थाए अनलेस यू आर इंटरेस्टेड फॉर ओडिशा जुडिशियल सर्विस किंबा एनी अदर एग्जाम जो थरे की रिटन कंपोनेंट टच एथरे हमें बेसिक रु एडवांस लेवल आपण को पढेबु पूरा जीरो रु एथरे पढाबो lots of examples illustrations case laws these things we will study printed study material एथरे प्रोवाइड होची डायरेक्ट इंटरेक्शन आपण को रहइबो मेंटर्स को संगे रे आउ ऐप एक्सेस भी आपण को रहइबो सेमेस्टर कोचिंग ओके आउ कोन से तर रहउची मेन जिंस रहउची यार कोन ना डाउट्स जत्ते बेले भी आपण आसीबो आपण को तो सेटा व्हाट्सएप किबा से ऐप थ्रू आपण क्लियर करि परिबे ओके आउ जेमति ओजेएस बैचेस रे हुए टेस्ट करिका जहां भी आपण पढले बेसिक टेस्ट आपण करो वीकली ओके मंथली से सब टेस्ट करिका रहिबो आउ बेसिक आंसर राइटिंग स्किल्स करिका भी आपण एथरे एक्वायर करि पारे तनो एटा फाउंडेशन आपण करो स्ट्रांग कर दबो सेमेस्टर पई भी दरकार आगु को आपण ओजेएस पई भी जदी प्रिपेयर करिवे ता पई आपण जदी प्रैक्टिस करिया पई चाहू जदी आगु फाउंडेशन स्ट्रांग दरकार ता पई भी एटा ओके सफिशिएंट रहिबो सो तार कोर्स डिटेल्स जदी हमें देखिबा ड्यूरेशन एटा मंथली कोर्स टा तेनु आपण जत्ते मंथ्स पई चाहिबे आपण कंटिन्यू कर परिबे पर मंथ 2000 रुपीस पर पेपर और सब्जेक्ट एटा रहउछ एटा एक्चुअली मंथ नो पर पेपर हिसाब रे रहउछ फॉर एग्जांपल किछिटा पेपर्स 45 डेज चलिबो बड़ पेपर सो किछिटा पेपर्स 2 मंथ्स भी चली पारे तो आपनकर गोटे सब्जेक्ट की गोटे पेपर पई एटा 2000 रुपीस तार रहउछ एथरे इंक्लूडेड आपनकर ऐप रहउछ प्रिंटेड स्टडी मटेरियल रहउछ ओके टेस्ट करिका रहउछ ता रिलेटेड प्री रबी और मेंस रबी ओके बेसिक लेवल रो जोडा आपण कांसेप्ट रो जेमति क्लियर थिबे राइट एटा आरंभ होची मार्च 24 रु इवनिंग बैच रहउची 6टा रु 8टा क्लासरूम रे जो माने जॉइन करै पे चाहउछन्ती खंडगिरी सेंटर 6टा रु 8टा एटा रहइबो ओके आउ ऑनलाइन भी जो माने जॉइन करै पे चाहउछन्ती से माने जोठु भी ऑनलाइन जॉइन करि पारे ओके तो एथरे आपण को प्रिंटेड नोट्स भी मिलिबो ता सहित आपण को जो ऐप रे टिके एडवांस लेवल नोट्स भी ऐप रे आपण को मिलिबो ओके जो थ्रू आपण निजो सेल्फ नोट्स भी बने पारे राइट तेनु इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड आगु को आपण को लॉ रिलेटेड किछि करिवार अछि आ फाउंडेशन आपण को लागुछि कि मते आउ टिके स्ट्रांग दरकार ताले एथरे आपण जॉइन करि परिबे हमर अलगा सेंटर्स कटक आउ शहीद नगर रे भी अच्छी भुवनेश्वर रे ओके जॉइनिंग प्रोसेस 7684054656 सेठी कॉल करके आपण कि व्हाट्सएप करके डिटेल्स करिका बुझी परिबे सो एही बैचटा इंपोर्टेंट ताको पई जो माने आगु को ओजेएस क्रैक करिया पई चाहउचंती किंबा अलगा कोनोसी एग्जाम दवा पई चाहउचंती लॉ ऑफिसर्स हे गला पीएसयूज रे किंबा आपनकर बैंक फरिकारे तो सेगुडा जो बेसिक्स उडा आपनकर क्लियर हवा दरकार ओके एही बैचटा सेही पर्टिकुलर रीजन पई और सेही पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्टिव पई रखा सो आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट नमस्कार so namaskar all of you so
Namaskar, sir.
today we are having yeah, namaskar Simran. So today we are having rank 20 in OJS 2023 Simran with us so Simran is a working professional who is working in a law firm and basically many students those who are or many aspirants um, those who are working professionals uh, you know they generally complain that we don't get sufficient time so we will have some insight on how Simran managed it to crack Odisha Judicial Service while still working in a very uh, you know uh, time demanding job. So, first of all, Simran, big congratulations on your success. Um,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Tell us something about yourself and your family and how you were like interested in Odisha judicial service and what was your duration of preparation and those things.
So, sir, I'm a resident of Jharsuguda district. I come from a business background. I stay in a nuclear family, and my father is a business person, and my mother is a home baker, and I have a younger sister who is a journalist. So, sir, inclination towards judicial service examination begin from the fifth year, I would say. There was a court visit exercise conducted from our college, and where we were taken to the courts to observe the proceedings and everything. And therein, I was observing a family dispute matter wherein the dispute related to custody was been taken care of, and the way the judge handled it, it was a lady judge, the way she handled it, and the way she tried to bring peace between the parties, or maybe considering the benefit of the child. And I realized that it's a very I mean, being a judge, you have a very great responsibility, and I guess you can do a great favor or maybe great thing for the society when looking into this prospect. So yes, sir, that's how my inclination towards judiciary began. And honestly, sir, I started preparing for judiciary exams immediately after my graduation. And side by side, I was also preparing. I was also a working professional. So yes, preparation was a bit tough. I mean, it was very challenging because keeping up with the work and everything, it was quite a challenge. However, sir, I would say uh, once I started managing my time and everything, so this litigation practice really helped me in my mains as well as my interviews. So if I mean, if people are aware about the OJS, sir, the OJS has changed the pattern now. They have started putting more of analytical, practical based questions, and even in interviews, so they ask many yeah, practical based questions. So yes, sir, the job, even though it was challenging, it has helped me a lot, sir.
Okay. Tell us something about how you started preparing. What was your daily routine, especially with your job? How many hours did you put in, and what was the structure of your preparation? Was it integrated for prelims and mains, or you prepared separately? And what would you advise other students or aspirants, especially the those who are working professionals, how to manage their time?
So, during my first year of preparing for writing, obviously, my study hours were long. I used to try to manage my study from between 14 to 16 hours in a day. So, yes, when I was not working, it was very much different to what it became when I started practicing. I should just a second, yeah. To what I started practicing. Sir, during my working days, sir, honestly, I could assign hardly 5 to 6 hours of my study after coming from office and in the early hours. So, but what I realize is for preparing for judiciary, all you need is a very smart work. I mean, obviously, there are people who are working hard, but along with working hard, you really need a smart study, sir. One needs to have a very strong hold of the provision, sir, very strong hold of the understanding of the provision, sir. So I would say, sir, understanding the Bare Act is very much important. Once you understand the Bare Act, you know how to interpret a provision, sir. And so I don't think so law requires you to write lengthy answers. So I have never been in that segment that I never write very much lengthy answers. But yes, sir, once you have a good understanding of the provisions, sir, so when I was busy with my job also, so that's how I did. I just made sure that I have a very great understanding of the bare sections. And yes, along with that, if there is a particular question, let's say it's of insanity, so you need to have an understanding of the basic what the initial case law was, what is the most important case law from where the concept of insanity came, or how the courts have interpreted, and that's how so you can take it forward.
Okay. So coming to your preparation for mains, so how are you? What was the structure of your answers that you wrote, and how did you practice answer writing and previous year questions and all? Did you make in your tight schedule? Were you able to make your personal notes, or you relied on directly the textbook or any pre-prepared notes available in the market?
So for subjects like so for subjects pertaining to criminal procedure, CRPC, IPC, Evidence Act, so yes, I did my personal notes. So my pattern of writing during my practice sessions as well as in the exams was, when I used to see a question in the side section, I used to make a 4 to 5 pointers, and these are the points which I need to include in my answer. So, sir, I used to start my answer with the provision, sir, what the interpretation of the provision is. If there is a very relevant case law pertaining to that, yes, this is the case law which it talks about, sir. If the particular section, sir, needs any further development in terms of, so because our criminal laws were quite old acts which has been amended now, however so the judgments are coming from the old act, so if these provisions need amendment, if I can put my personal inputs on that, and so the conclusion. So yes, sir, before starting to write any questions, sir, I had a 4 to 5 pointers that these are the points which I must compulsorily include in my answer.
Okay. Now, coming to your interview part. So, how was your interview, and what were the questions you were asked in the interview, and what answers did you give?
So, sir, my interview firstly begin with they went through my biodata, what all have I written and everything. And the first question they posed me was about the current affair, which was very much recent, about the appointment of the new Chief Justice of Odisha. And so this was my first question which was posed to me. And so honestly, I would like to thank you because you had updated us on that point of on the interview day only. And so I mean, it helped me a lot. I feel knowing that answer did put a great impression on the panel, sir. I could I assume it from the reaction. So now the judge who was the judge who is currently in Odisha High Court, who was taking my interview, he put me two practical based questions. So one pertaining to company law and one pertaining to civil suits, sir. And he just tried to see how me being as a magistrate would a judge would want to proceed with that matter. So yes, sir. This was the second part, and there's a third person who was a member of the OPSC. So she was just trying to analyze my behavior in terms of handling the pressure, sir. So, sir, time and again, sir, because in my biodata it was very much evident that I have not resided in Orissa since 2010, sir. For most of my education part, I was outside. So she was trying to understand my mindset as to how will I survive in Odisha. The lifestyle, she questioned me about my lifestyle because I'm working in Delhi. So how my lifestyle would differ uh, from Delhi as compared to Odisha. So honestly, my interview was majorly, I felt that they tried to check how well I'm able to handle pressure, sir. And I was on the other part. I tried my best to make them understand that yes, the lifestyle or maybe whatever the situation as in practicing advocate or as compared to being a judge on the other side of the bar, I will be able to handle it. So yes, sir.
Okay, so you told me just after your interview that they also asked you to maybe sing a song and to write about your
Yes.
uh, write something and read something in Odia, right?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, sir, the reason for this is they saw that most of the time from 2010, I have not stayed in Odisha. So obviously there was some apprehension in their mind if I'm very much aware with the local language, which is very much required. So yes, they first asked me to sing a song because that's what I had written in my hobby, and then they tried to check my knowledge on the Odia language. So first thing it was that they called for a Odia newspaper and they asked me to read Odia. Second, they asked me to write Odia. So yes, these were the two things they made me do, and I'm sure they were satisfied only.
Yes, and then most of the questions, like you said, it was a balance of legal questions and personality-based questions, or it was
Yes, sir.
more on the legal side or more on the personality-based side.
No, sir. I would say it was a very balanced interview. It was the mix of the legal questions as well as the personality-based questions. So, in fact, I would say it was more of a personality-based test because throughout they were so because honestly there was one question which I did answer wrong, but because I had a legal reasoning to it and I was uh, very consistent with my reasoning. So the judge also tried to explain his way of understanding. So yes, it was more of an interactive and personality test session, the interview. So
Okay, so you said that you had your education, legal education outside Odisha. So, from which university did you complete your LLB and
so I did my BBA LLB from KLE Law College. It comes under Karnataka University, sir.
okay, fine. So now that you're going to join the Odisha Judicial Service, what are your future plans in the sense that um, if you want to study more or what are your future plans in Odisha Judicial Service?
So first thing, yes, I would want to. I feel the position which I am being appointed to requires continuous study. So yes, that will be part and parcel of my work as well as my life, sir. But yes, sir, I have always wanted to pursue higher studies. So I would try, sir, more and more if I can take up my higher studies also along with my work. So yes, and so let's see how it goes. I mean, I'll try to do my best.
Okay. Now coming to your book list, the books which you referred to, what were your optionals that you had opted for?
The optionals were the first one, transaction crime, and the second was Transfer of Property Act, and third was contract.
Okay, so crime and tort, transfer of property and contract. These were your optionals.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so what were the books that you followed for, for OJS, like starting from, let's say, Constitution, for prelims, of course. So what were the books that you followed?
So honestly, for prelims, I very much stuck to direct study. So in fact, for constitution also, I was only limited to the barracks, sir. And however, sir, for judgments and all, I used to Google, I used to read up articles and research on the latest judgments and everything, and so notes which I used to rely on from the coaching, sir. So for my pre, sir, it was very much limited to direct study, sir.
Okay, and then any textbooks or any pre-compiled notes which helped you, that you studied for your mains preparation?
For my mains, like I said that for my criminal laws, I did prepare my own notes. So yes, I had referred various books. Let's say, so for criminal law, I used referred Kelkar. For tort, I referred Bangya. So sir, for these, I have referred various books and I had prepared my notes. And during my mains preparations, I had stuck to my notes throughout.
Okay, fine. So, what advice would you give to your to the the aspirants, those who are going to give Odisha Judicial Service or other judicial service exams in the future, especially those who are working professionals, or those who are they have less time with them, in the sense that they have some obligation, maybe professional, maybe some other obligation. So how to manage time? What are the do's and don'ts? In your experience of preparation, what would you advise them? What to do and what to avoid?
So first and foremost thing I would recommend is consistency, sir. For these examination, consistency is definitely the key. Obviously everyone would want to clear this exam in the first attempt, and it's very nice if one can achieve that. But yes, sir, if one is consistent, sir, they will have to understand they'll have to understand how to face failure, sir. First thing, because it's a government exam, the competition is really tough, sir. So yes. So in terms of preparation, like I said, sir, when I started working, I realized that preparing for these kind of exam, as much as hard work is required, smart work is really required. It is really required, sir. So every law has some certain areas which are very important, and which questions they will the commission will ask. So yes, sir, the one needs to understand and have the understanding to pick up the relevant areas, the areas where from which the questions will rise, sir. So yes, that really helps. So one can refer to previous year questions to have an understanding. So third important thing, I have realized that OPSC since 2 to 3 years is changing its pattern, sir. So previously, OPSC's pattern was very much direct questions, the law-based questions. But however, sir, in recent past 2 years, sir, they have been putting more of an analytical-based questions. The questions are not simple; they are putting interpretive questions, sir. So, sir, for that, obviously, one needs to understand the provision. So again, the importance of understanding the provisions comes here. So yes, if one has a very good understanding of the provisions, sir, the questions won't bother. So, and third thing I feel is when one is studying criminal laws, let's say, sir, so one need to understand or have an understanding to link the laws, sir, that how a section of CRPC has to be read along with a section of Indian Evidence Act. So, linkage of the sections really helps you in answer writing and gives you a leverage from what others are writing, sir. So yes, sir, these are the basic advice I would give everyone, and especially to the working professionals, since time is very less. We have commitments in office, and then we have to come study, sir. So I feel again, sir, when if one has an understanding as to how the papers are being set and how the the what is the demand of the paper, so I think anyone can will be able, easily able to manage it, sir.
Okay, so with such tight schedule, what was how did you manage your stress? What was your or what were your stress busters during this period?
Sir, honestly, my stress was, sir, I am really fond of television, sir. So as and when I was stressed or something, I used to watch some light movies or some series and everything, sir. So I'm very fond of music, so I used to listen to music. Sir, and honestly, throughout this journey, obviously the preparation has been very stressful. Time and again, motivation was also down at times. So at that time, my parents played a very important role. So they had time and again calmed me down. So yes, I feel these were my stress busters.
Okay, so we have seen the success story and the journey of Simran. So we wish you all the best. May Lord Jagannath bless you with a very successful, healthy, and prosperous career.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Best wishes. Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.